Hey guys, and thanks for listening to this segment of 15 Minutes With. While I speak with high-profile prisoners on this show, my hopes are that the listeners, especially the younger ones or the ones who are heading down that path to committing criminal acts or the wrong path in general, take something from this show and walk away from doing something that could possibly have you on the wrong side of those prison walls. This is my second interview with Stephen Hayes. Stephen is one of two individuals who was involved in a heinous crime that happened here in my home state of Connecticut. Unfortunately, just about everyone has heard of the Cheshire home invasion case. A home invasion that escalated to 3 murders that ripped a loving family apart and shook the quiet town of Cheshire to its very roots. If you get something out of this show, I ask that you hit the subscribe and notification button if you're listening on YouTube. And if you're listening on one of the podcast platforms, please subscribe as well. You can also help me keep this show going by making a donation by going to paypal.me/Joe Tomaso. That's paypal.me/JoeTomaso. And now, without further ado, here is this episode of 15 Minutes With.
Oh, this is a prepaid collect call from
Stephen?
an inmate at SCI Green. This is a call from Pennsylvania State Correctional Institution, Green. This call is subject to recording and monitoring. To accept charges, press 1. To refuse charges, press 2. If you would like to permanently block your number from if you have any concern that the person you are speaking with is in mental health crisis or suicidal, please call the State Correctional Institution immediately. Thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Hey Steve, how's it going?
You ready to get this thing rolling?
Yeah, actually, I'm going to the Actually, you know what? Let's just start it off with this way. So, I'm talking to Stephen Hayes, and Steve, why don't you tell everybody, who you are, the facility you're at, and why you were there.
Okay, my name is Stephen Hayes. I'm one of the 2 men responsible for the 2007 Cheshire home invasion, Cheshire, Connecticut. Presently, I'm serving 6 life sentences, and I'm being housed in Pennsylvania Department of Corrections, specifically SCI Green in Waynesburg, Pennsylvania.
A little background in the case. Obviously, there was I don't know if you would term it as a kidnapping, but that was one of the charges. And then there was a homicide that was, I believe, secondary to a fire that was started in the home. And in our last interview, when we were talking, you had basically told me that the fire was set to destroy any forensics evidence, correct?
Well, originally that was what the idea was, but I do need to backtrack a little bit, because originally I had no idea that it was going to be anything other than, and I'm not trying to minimize it here, a home invasion, kidnapping for money. It wasn't until after things began that I guess all the red flags are popping up, that there was something more going on here than what I knew. And it has to go back right to the very beginning. I was talking to Josh that Sunday afternoon on the phone, and he said he had the perfect house. It was a husband, a wife, 2 young girls, easily manageable facility that we could handle without a lot of problems. But when you look at his statement, he says that he followed the car home, saw him in the parking lot, said what a nice car, followed him home, said what a nice house, and that's when he decided. So I mean, that contradicts the reality that he already had the house picked out.
Right.
And then you also factor in that the house was right in his neighborhood.
Right.
Well, target young females.
Right. So my other questions to you. You and I had talked, and I want to throw this out there as well. You're fully aware that Josh's case, because you and I had talked about this earlier, you're aware that Josh's case is going up in front of the state Supreme Court in regards to some irregularities that are being alleged. What's your stand on that? What do you think about that?
Actually, I kind of take a pretty hard stand. In fact, I had talked to my defense attorney.
This is a call from Pennsylvania State Correctional Institution, Green. This call is subject to recording and monitoring.
I elected not to go on with anything because I don't want to cause any more harm to the family. Well, I was not guilty of everything that happened that night, and I truly did not know that a lot of the stuff was happening. I'm guilty. And as a result of my involvement, 3 innocent people are dead, and they shouldn't be. And so I've elected to do my time and do something positive with it, where I can get the message out to people that I wasn't a monster. I got caught up in this, what they call a relapse. My relapse was 30 days with 3 get-highs. And in recovery, a lot of times people, it was only 3 get-highs. Well, look at what happened here. I ended up in one of the most notorious crimes in Connecticut history. I don't agree with bringing litigation forward at this point to try and get around a guilty plea or a guilty verdict that was deserved. I mean, we both did our parts that night, and he's still trying to defend his. There's no defense to what we did, and it's something I'll never get over. So I also told my attorney I want no part of this trial. If he is granted a new trial, I will refuse to testify against him, for him, anything. The family doesn't deserve to go through this anymore.
So you're basically saying, you got your time, and he got his time, and it should be over now, not to put the family through any more.
The call from Pennsylvania State Correctional Institution. Green. This call is subject to recording and monitoring.
Not to put the family through anything more.
Absolutely.
Okay.
They've been through enough.
Okay.
And to go on, I feel it's an insult to the family, even to the people of Connecticut, to try and revive another expensive trial, and for what? We were guilty.
Right. How old were you when you first started getting into trouble?
Oh, geez, I was I was young. There's a lot more to just to get in trouble. I mean, there's a lot more to the story than addiction. There's also the subject of what they call gender dysphoria. I don't know if I know what that means. I'm a transgender. I was diagnosed at 16 with sexual identity disorder, and my family never acknowledged it, and it was never treated. There's a lot to it, but a lot more happened. That addiction came in. That's where the self-hate came in.
Are you getting treatment for that now in Pennsylvania?
That's actually a whole other story. Yes, I'm getting hormones. I do get very little therapy.
Okay.
Most of the help I get is from this amazing person that I met. I've given my life rights over to this person, and I think this is a great person to get that story out as well.
Okay.
If you would give me the opportunity in another episode, I would love to go into more of that.
I know that you also said that you saw yourself going in a path of self-destruction, and you were going to say something to people, whether it be young, say, teenagers that were getting into trouble, or young adults, or even adults, 20s, 30 years old. What would you say to them if, as far as going down that road and actually getting in trouble? Is it worth it?
It's absolutely not worth it. If I had a chance to do things over, there would be a lot of changes in my life. Unfortunately, we don't get do-overs. Once that bell rings, and you can't unring it. And I'm now never going to go home. And I deserve to be in prison. I hurt people because I wasn't paying attention to things I should have been paying attention to.
The other thing I want to ask you, because you just brought up the fact that you are in prison. Do you think that prison actually rehabilitates people, or it's just more of a human warehouse?
Honestly, I think it's more of a human warehouse. I'm constantly fighting prison politics. Their policies are, they look good on paper, but in practicality, they really don't work. You have people in this state that I've watched that are actually innocent, that have been in jail for a long time and are not getting out. People that shouldn't be out, released on parole. I see people who complete their programs, do what they should, denied for failure to complete program, which is contradiction to reality. Who don't do their programs
Right.
And it's not just Pennsylvania. It's a lot of the prison systems. It's because they're overcrowded and, people really don't know what to do anymore. They just started to warehouse people. And there has to be systematic change everywhere. And while I can't change all that, I'm hoping that, through this YouTube opportunity, and I might be able to reach a couple people that are out there that may question the path that they're on and realize that it can happen to anybody.
Right.
I never thought for 1 second that I'd be in the situation that I'm in.
Can you describe to me and to the listeners what your day is like in the inside? I mean, can you do what you want, like out here in the free world, or does the prison basically tell you what to do and when to do it?
Oh, well, right now I'm in general population. I was released to Gen Pop last year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm told what to do, where to do it. I try and work my way into freedoms, and I do accomplish very few, and they come with a lot of hard work. There's a lot of pettiness, both with prisoners and staff. It's not the place to be. People just try and edge out the best life they can, and right now my sole purpose is to edge out a life to where I can be, I guess, a light to somebody, and I can try and reach out to the prisoners here. Although being transgender, that makes it difficult. A lot of people just turn away from that because they'd rather just look at me as like some type of freak, and it doesn't matter what I have to say, whether it can help them or not. But I was hard-headed like that. It
Okay.
really is. It's a tough environment to live in. It's not an environment that I would ever wish on anybody.
Okay, so now my next question to you, and actually before I ask the question, I want to bring this up because we had talked about this. Some of the next series, because we're going to be doing, several segments, I want to go over, like, I'll call it a timeline, but basically it's, what happened, not a who did what, but not a step-by-step, actually, but kind of to let the public know, what happened during that day and a half, and things like that. So, and, we had talked, and, you were in agreement to, that you were willing to do that. Are you still in agreement to do that, or?
Yes, I am. I mean, I no longer have any more litigation to try and overturn my sentence. As I said, I made it very clear I don't want to be called a witness in Josh's case, but it's time that the truth of everything came out. I really do get tired of, I'm here in Waynesburg, my co-defendant is across the state, and people get transferred here. Oh, I know you guys, you were working for the Democratic National Party, he's a contract killer, and all this crazy stuff. Like, none of it is even true.
Well, here's the other thing, too. Like, you previously actually said that you feel remorse for what happened. That's true. You feel sorry for what actually happened. I mean, I hear you, saying that you don't think he should be going through with another trial, because of the simple fact. I mean, you actually apologized to the family.
I was actually suicidal, so much so for 18 months that they had an officer outside my cell, and I still ended up in intensive care over what happened.
Steve, we're actually at the 13-minute, almost 14-minute mark. We only have 15 minutes. So if you saw a young person or a person that was heading down the path that you did, that would lead them to jail or prison, if you could talk to them, what would you tell them?
Don't be me. I was that person. I knew everything. When people told me that, look, you're heading down this path of destruction, I refuted it, saying, no, that's not me. It's not going to happen to me. And I can't imagine anything worse happening to myself and that family and my family.
Are you still there?
Yep.
Okay, good. I thought we got cut off. So we're at like 14 and a half minutes. I just want to make sure we get this. I really appreciate you talking to me, and we're going to be talking again.
1 minute left.
There we go. We're going to be talking again tomorrow. We're going to talk again for at least 3 more times, and we can get the listeners to know a little bit more about what's on the inside, a little bit more about what happened, and your feelings toward everything, the case in general, being in prison, and again, helping individuals to hopefully avoid becoming an inmate themselves. So I really want to tell you I appreciate what you're doing.
And thank you for giving me the opportunity to do it. I mean, it's my chance to give something back. And if I can, I really do want to do that.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate it.
Okay, well, we'll talk to you soon. And again, thank you very much.
All right, bye-bye. Thank you for listening to 15 Minutes With. I hope you've enjoyed this edition. If you have enjoyed this edition of 15 Minutes With, please hit the like and the subscribe button. You can also help me keep this show going and watch it get better by donating to paypal.me/Joe Tomaso. That address again is paypal.me/JoeTomaso. 15 Minutes With is constantly looking for new content to upload and new people to interview. If you would like to share your story, or if there's someone you would like to see us interview, please email us at insidetherazorwire@gmail.com. That email address again is insidetherazorwire@gmail.com. Last but not least, again, if you like to support this channel, please subscribe and hit the like button. Until next time, we'll be seeing you